You okay there, buddy? You're, looking kinda stuck. Here, let me help you out. There you go. A for effort, son. And they said this game was hard. Now I promise throughout this entire episode that I will not utter the words Dark Souls or Bloodborne at all. Yeah, it's hard not to compare games like Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice to Dark Souls, but in my defense, this was developed by the creators of Dark Souls from Software and director Hidetaka Miyazaki. No, not that Miyazaki, but I'm certain the cat bus would make for a formidable boss fight. Now, I didn't think I'd ever get into this so-called Soulsborne genre, but when everyone on the internet was recommending that I pick up Bloodborne on the PS4, I did that, and let me tell ya, I was hooked. Yeah, these games are hard as hell, don't get me wrong, but when you beat that boss that you've been stuck on for days, weeks, or even years, the feeling of satisfaction you get is just unparalleled. And with Sekiro, the formula remains intact, albeit with a great number of changes. For one, there is a greater emphasis on story this time around. Previous From Software games had stories that took a backseat to the actual gameplay. The only way you could find out what was possibly going on in the story was to read item descriptions. But in Sekiro, there are quite a few scripted sequences that are dialogue heavy. You don't even create a character in this game. You play as a shinobi named Wolf, in a mythical feudal Japan, who is tasked with defending a young lord. Long story short, he gets into a battle that costs him his left arm and gets the lord kidnapped. He then wakes up with a shinobi prosthetic gifted to him by a fatally ill sculptor, and this thing is more than just a simple arm replacement. You can equip it with additional weapons, like an axe, throwing stars, and most importantly, a grappling hook. Wait a minute. A grappling hook? In a Soulsborne game? Right now you're probably thinking, look, I've beaten every Dark Souls game, I've beaten Bloodborne, hell, I've even beaten Lords of the Fallen, I'm pretty sure I can handle Sekiro. Oh, honey. As I stated earlier, the heart of a Soulsborne game remains intact with Sekiro, but the gameplay is almost completely different. For one, the pause button actually pauses the game. No way! Unfortunately, that means there isn't an online component in Sekiro, but I personally don't miss it. I suck with and without online. Do you really think it makes a difference to me? Regardless, the combat in Sekiro is based heavily on parrying enemy attacks. Don't worry, you can still keep hitting that dodge button to your heart's content, but you will have better luck reading your opponent's attack patterns and breaking their stance, leaving them open to a good old-fashioned fatality. Each enemy, including yourself, has a meter, and when that meter gets filled, their stance breaks, and this will ultimately determine who is alive and who is dead in a battle. Obviously, you're going to die a ton in Sekiro, but you get a little bit of help with the ability to resurrect yourself if you so desire. But it won't work again until you fill up your resurrection meter. So far, this game has fatalities, resurrections, and you can even stealth kill opponents in one hit. Does that make the game any easier? Nope. Absolutely f***ing not. I have heard some of the most die-hard Souls and Bloodborne fans say that Sekiro is the hardest game in the genre. And so far, I'm inclined to believe them. Out of all the frustrating experiences I've had playing Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3, Sekiro probably has more of those moments. Perhaps this is why they added in stealth attacks and resurrections, just to make it a little less irritating. However, these frustrating feelings are to be expected when you're playing a game from this genre. Sekiro is hard as shit, but it's not unforgiving. You have more control in battles than you realize. You just need to be patient and on your toes. Never once did I feel like it wasn't my fault whenever I lost a battle. Unless I was fighting this asshole. You know what I call this mini-boss? Bullshit. For a game that prides itself on difficulty, it's quite amazing how terrible the AI is. Sure, they're really good at putting up a fight, but they have the peripheral vision of a flatfish and the sound receptors of Helen Keller. It's ridiculous. However, something tells me this was purposeful. Because could you imagine if they were smart enough to hear the alarm bell? Or smart enough to hear when there's a battle 2 feet away from them? The game would be just impossible to beat at that point. After all, some of the mini-bosses are more difficult than the main bosses. Seriously, it was easier to fight Gyobu Oniwa on his horse than the mini-boss that was based on my dad. But after this drunken bastard comes another demon. Lady Butterfly. Let's do this. Okay, come on, you got this, Yeah, deflect that attack here. Yeah, do it. Shit. And shit. Well, guys, I think I'm done here. Like, even though I've played Dark Souls 3 and Bloodborne, I gotta admit, even though I like these games a lot, I'm not really the best at them.
What the hell is this? Ladies and gentlemen, I believe we have a fake gamer on our hands. Hello, my people. My name is Rawman, and today we're going to be exposing this so-called gamer, FerrisWheelPro. FerrisWheelPro, more like Ferris Wheel Amateur, because this guy can't even get past the Lady Butterfly boss in Sekiro. Why don't you go back to talking about Yoshi games over on the Commonwealth realm? I heard this new Yoshi game's only marginally easier than Kirby Star Allies.
I barely changed my name for a day and he's already making fun of it. Alright, you know what, guys? Let's prove Rawman wrong. Let's kill Lady Butterfly and show him what we're made of. You got this, dude. You got this. Yep, deflect those attacks. Get her while she's down. Yes. Come on, baby. Come on, you're so close. You're already on phase 2. You're dodging all those light attacks. Yep, just gotta keep running. She's almost down. You got it. Yes! I did it! I beat Lady Butterfly. Take that, Rawman. Yes! Alright, let's keep going.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why you can never trust your heroes. Though, can you even call this man a hero? Zack Snyder's Man of Steel is more inspiring than this Harry Kane-looking imbecile. Next time you try and copy the likeness of one of Great Britain's icons, at least try and have the skills to match, you bloody yank! Anyway, that's all for today, lads and lasses. And remember, if you're bad at video games, keep it to yourself! Otherwise, I'm coming to get ya!
Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching this episode on Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Is it that good? Yeah, it kind of is, even if it's balls hard. I'd also like to thank Rawman for joining me on this episode. Be sure to check out his channel for some more raunchy and family-friendly content. But in the meantime, this has been FerrisWheelPro, and I'll see you on the next ride.